most with Grayson's one-on-one bouts with his own former master.
Although Nightwing winning is true, scaling Nightwing to Batman is not the way to prove it.
I say all of this because Nightwing bested the likes of Deathstroke, the deadliest assassin, which has beaten Batman many times, and even pushed the Dark Knight to employ his more esoteric arsenal to simply equal.
Not many times, only their first encounter. Batman didn't get any weapons to match Slade already having his sword and staff until halfway through the fight, and even then Batman was dominating the entire time. Slade only landed one clean strike, and the second was an off guard. This domination is exactly why Slade notes that Batman would kill him if he stopped holding back, and why DC notes that Slade is near equal to Batman. So Nightwing being above Slade does not grant him scaling to Batman because Batman is already massively above Slade. Go watch our video on this matchup for more details.
With 2014 seeing Nightwing beat a going all-out Batman in the words of the story's author.
The writer's word means nothing because the context of the fight mixed with the consistency of their characters does not align with his interpretation, which is why within the same podcast he acknowledges that other people see this fight differently than him and admitting he has no choice but to respect it. Tom King as a writer also has no credibility when it comes to power levels. Recently he wrote Batman saying that he has never kicked down a tree while simultaneously having wrote in his own Batman run Batman kicking down a tree. But even if we were to take King's word at face value and say that this is a valid win for Nightwing, 3 years later DC contradicts this by saying Nightwing is second to Batman in combat skills.
Grayson combating a Dark Knight possessed by his alter ego, Zur and R, with a metal hand on top of that, which made him stronger in his own words. Nightwing withstood strike after strike and still returned in kind.
We get a visual indication when Zur is out and in control. There is no reason to believe that this is Zur fighting Nightwing. Nightwing did not withstand any attacks. He got floored immediately by Batman's left hand, which is not his metal hand, and the only reason he didn't get finished while on the ground heavily staggered was Batman walking past his stunned body because his attention was on the Batbox and not fighting Nightwing.
Turned into a literal primal force due to contact with a Starro spore. Going back decades, martial artists possessed by the alien are stated to have equal skill to their host,
which is the case when Black Canary is in her normal body able to use her skill properly. Batman has a highly personalized fighting style built to himself. Since his anatomy is different, it doesn't matter if he retains his same ability, he cannot apply it the same way. He has claws for hands, he literally can't form a fist. This sentiment is exactly why characters like Barbara Gordon, who scale nowhere near martial artists like Nightwing, can react to an off guard with a one tap and send him flying. Nightwing is definitely a top street tier within DC, but he doesn't have inverse to Batman.